again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month.
Good early to late afternoon, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. So as you can see, Commerce Resources up another 8.07% today, up another 5% from earlier, up to 1941. I knew that 17 cent was a great buy, even though it was down to 15.8. But as I said, it's on the OTC market, so you can't always get the bottom. So by the time we were able to buy it, you know, when it came back online, it was up to 171 was what it was offering. So I think it was a great buy. It's up about 13.5%. Another great tip of advice too with AMC, I told you guys, it usually has a green day and a red day to start the week. If it has a green day on Monday, it's red Tuesday. That's why I got back out and went, you know, put my money back in where I wanted in IDOX. And with this retrace, especially where it's at, guys, this is eye-opening. Like, this is a great spot. And if IDOX, I'm telling you, I've been talking about this for a long time with you guys. If and when it breaks this is going to be a massive move. We've had a failed attempt out of here once, and we got up here, but we need to make, that's the smaller version, guys, in the 15. You see that? That would get us out of the bottom, but look what it does in the daily. Look at that. That's a huge W forming, and that's a reversal pattern on the bottom. At the top, we would have to have some worries, but initially off the bottom, this could be a massive pull-up. And we haven't had anything yet. We've had a couple run-ups. You could say what just formed right here was just one giant left shoulder. And that's what keeps me just paying attention to this. Because the way this popped up, we had this. We've had this. Not even. You can't even do it like that. Hold on just a sec. But if you look at this, when it comes up, you've got one. When it came up over here, that was separate. It came all the way back down. So it came up again, pulled back down. I'm expecting another pull up. I don't know how high it's going to be, but eventually this undervalued company is going to have to come to light. And it's been treading these waters for a very long time, and it is far more valuable than a $2.15 company. One, they acquired Wave. I mean, that in itself, company out of Colorado. They're the Wave charging stations, and that alone should have catapulted them up. This has been such a suppressed one. It's one of the most heavily shorted ones and manipulated ones. But it won't stay like this forever. One day you're going to look and you're like, damn, he used to talk about that when it was $2. Now it's fucking 50. So, but in the short term, I'm expecting a nice pull up here one of these days. It's going to catch everybody off guard, but you guys who are paying attention are going to be in on some nice gains there when it happens. If it falls through, and it somehow got to $1.50, I would unload, obviously, at the $2.05 or $2 support level. And then at $1.75, $1.50, I would fucking load the shit bag up with this. I would touch that with a 10-foot dildo. So, you asked me what I do outside of crypto. I just gave you 3 small examples. I made 13% on AMC in a small amount of time. Sold out right before the 7% loss. And told you guys why and every reason why I did. Have the Commerce Resource and told you guys every step of the way, and that's already doing great. And then just the IDOX. Even though it looks red right now, one day with that and iBio, they're both at their bottom prices right now for where they've been in the past couple, like 14 to 16 months. These are great buy zones. So now that I've wasted 4 minutes and 48 seconds on shit you guys don't care about, let's get into XRP. There's 2 I want to talk about right now. XRP, because with no volume and showing the obvious signs of a topping reversal at the top of this pattern, I have no doubt that we're coming to 93 cents. My only question is are we going to come all the way down to 73 cents or 81? I think 73 cents is more in play than people think, even more than I think. But I do think we're due for probably a bounce off the double bottom. But this goes all the way down to the bottom at 73 cents. So I said if I'm wrong and it never gets down to 52 cents, well, I'm going to be pissed, because that would mean manipulation had to kick in a lot. But if I can get it down to 73 cents and that's another bottom, well, that would be another chance. And that would be low enough to where I wouldn't feel so bad about not buying as much as I should. Well, buying XRP at 52 cents instead of buying other things. So that's my plan. But I still expect XRP to come much lower than 52 cents. But when we get to, if we get to 73 cents, you start looking at that if we're on a descending pattern. So I'm already doing this from the far out time frames for you guys, so you guys can already see it. I've already been doing my homework. So when it comes down, you'd have to look, do we fall on this? If it's up a little bit higher though, the angle I came on was poor. But can it come off of this? Because technically the 73 cents, but with the W being at the bottom, that tells you you're bearish at that level. So to me, I believe we have to go lower than that. I really do, but that's going to be your descending track. That triangle, if we drew it out from up to there, it'd be a descending track and an uptrending support, downtrending resistance. And you can even do it from right here just to see it if you want me to. And that's exactly how it would come out. So that's what we're trading within. So right now, the bottom of this is all the way down because of the part we're at. And it actually does correlate very well with what I'm showing you guys. The bottom of this triangle right now is at about 70 cents. So we'll put the 73 cents, guys, to 70 cents at the bottom of this this triangle, which is a descending triangle. Or well, it's a descending top, but an uptrending support. So we have descending resistance, uptrending support, which would all in all likelihood meet at 70 cents. So when we break through this fractal part and go to the downside, because we have heavy support, once we go to the downside of that, that means that 70 cents is in play. Right now though, you see we're getting squeezed. Now at the top of this is only that $1.20, about $1, yeah, it's still about where I was saying, $1.35. But I don't expect us to get there, but that's the top. We've already been there. So now typically you trade back down to the bottom of the triangle. So if you're trying to get this from a grand scale, nobody will show you, you have no fucking idea what's going on. Well, that's what we're trading within. And if we fall through that, then we have big problems. So that's what we're looking at. That's from a far out time frame. You could say we're in a pennant flag. But if you break down out of the pennant flag, that's huge trouble. So that's why I said, let's see at 70 cents if we do have a new uptrending support. And if we have to give up on 18 or 17% from the bottom, well, I'm going to have to make that decision myself too. I don't expect that, but we have to see if it bounces off the uptrending support, because I'll be damned if I don't buy at 70 if it's going to go up to the moon from 70. Even though I would expect it to go to the basement first, you still have to have your eyes wide open going into every situation. So right now, that's what we're looking at on a bigger daily time frame. That's what we're looking at from a grand scale. That's what we're looking at from a monthly time frame, in fact. So that's exactly what we're looking at right now. So that's your uptrending support, down sloping resistance, and it's going to meet right around 70 cents, according to this. And then if it breaks down through 70 cents, obviously we're going to go right back to 52 cents and then further, likely, or we'll triple bottom at 52 cents. Or if we break up out of 70 cents and it's actually the start of something special, which I highly doubt because we got so much shit going on. But some could say at 70 cents it could bounce off and then go to the moon. I highly doubt it. But we'll go in with our eyes wide open. So I hope this update helped. That's from a grand scale. You can do the same thing with all of these, especially our couple that we cover exclusively. So if we do the same thing we did with XRP, that's a little off. Son of a bitch. So if you do the same thing as XRP, that shows you exactly what we're talking about, guys. Even with XLM, that 22 cent is not even in play at the moment unless it were to fall through this because of how far we've come now. So it's well, I guess it is still in play. I take that back. 22 cents is absolutely in play. Okay, so it is in play. Barely, but I would say more around 20 26 cents is in, yeah, so 27.1 is a perfect double bottom according to this formation. And the highest we could get back up to, you know, would be up in that 40 cent. This makes perfect sense. So that's how it's looking on this. I showed you how it looked on XRP. So it's correlating beautifully with what we're seeing. And then let's see how DGB looks with this same kind of angle. DGB though, guys, I'm telling you, that's a sexy, sexy bitch right there. One day we're gonna wake up and DGB is gonna be up like 400%. And that uptrending support, guys, goes for a long fucking time. But like I said, I'm expecting to get back to the bottom of that zone. And once we get to the bottom of this triangle, like I was saying with XRP, we're gonna have to make a decision. And then if I can long hold this for a while, you know, it's all gonna depend on what I do. So that's what we're looking at. That's why I said I think DGB is going to come down farther than most, because it's already, for all intents and purposes, hit its double bottom. And if Bitcoin goes to 42,900, DGB is going to 4.2. It's going to 4.2. I can almost guarantee it. It's going to 4.2, maybe 3.8 again. I can almost guarantee it would go down, probably 4.2 area. And that would be a steep fucking drop. 4.2 to 4.5 probably, most likely. It'd trade between those two zones. And that would not be cool, because then it'd be between 42 and 51, and it would have broke through 51, so it's likely going to go back to the 42. So that's what we're seeing. And then with Solana, I have to show you this. Solana's continuing to get hammered because I believe it's getting ready for the dump by Bitcoin, and it's going to end up at $123. And if it holds $123, get your checkbooks out, because if it bounces off of that, and Bitcoin actually cooperates off of 42,900, look out. Look out. That fucker will probably go up to 225, and then if it breaks over that, it's probably going to go to 400 or 500. I'm not kidding. Remember what I said at 70-something dollars when it was in Discovery? If it hit Discovery, it could go and just keep fucking going. That's exactly what's going on, and Solana doesn't look to be done by a long shot. This literally, to me, looks like it's going to keep going. And if it comes down to that 123 and it doesn't keep going, it's going to create a massive M to show you that it's a topping reversal. So like you'd get something like, we can even come down like this. Whoops. We'll finish this for Solana. And then what if it did this and then bounced right back up and then said, nope, we don't have enough, and then came right back down? That's something I could totally see happening with Solana. At minimum, if it makes a bounce off of there with Bitcoin's help. This is much too large just to be a one-sided base. So it's either that or it's going to keep pulling up to a real head. So what that would look like is it would keep coming down and pop up. But that would be a massive head. So I'm looking at Solana real hard. The trade in and out fees are going to be way less because of how expensive it is. So I hope this helped. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should. And if you do, make sure it's making sense to you and what I'm saying. And your beliefs are similar and that it lines up perfectly. If not, well, too damn bad. This is my opinion, and you're going to have to make your own educated and informed decision. I've had a lot of questions about Quant. Quant I wouldn't touch with my own 10-foot dildo, which is in the storage locker somewhere back on the East Coast. So Solana, like I said before, it's starting to get into that head formation, and it's going to be very dangerous, because you have technically a shoulder, but I think it's still going to come up one level. Don't get me wrong. It's just very dangerous to touch in this zone. But I do see a scenario if Bitcoin drops to 42.9 that Solana's at that Quant's up there at about 450. That's what I was saying. That's my expectation of what's going to happen. So yeah, I guess I would buy it. Or not buy it, but if I was in it, I would stay in it. Because that's my expectation. I expect it to go up one more level. Maybe not to 500, but that's all depending on a Bitcoin dump, because I'm correlating Quant's big rise with a Bitcoin dump. Stay blessed, everybody. Hashtag be better, do better.